Hey guys, Dr. Frank here, founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs. And in today's brief video, I want to take a moment and talk about how you can find motivation to quit vaping, to quit smoking cigarettes, to quit smoking weed. And we're going to take some time and we're going to talk about how is it that I motivate people to quit and how is it that you can motivate yourself to quit this addiction. At Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching, we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and a whole host of other addictions. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you need help quitting. I try and put out content every single day on the topics of recovery and sobriety. So when it comes to being motivated to quit vaping, to quit smoking cigarettes, to quit chewing tobacco, to quit smoking weed, how do you get motivated to do that? What is it that drives a person to quit? Well, the first thing that we usually hear from people who are sober is these horror stories of hitting rock bottom. And what do I mean by rock bottom? Well, people may find that their husband or their wife left them. Maybe they've lost a significant other in a relationship. The boyfriend or the girlfriend broke up with the person because of this addiction. Maybe it's financial trouble. They've hit rock bottom on their finances. They've spent all their money on vapes and vape juice. They've spent all their money on drugs, on carts, on THC, whatever it may be. They've hit rock bottom financially. Now, rock bottom can also come in the form of a health crisis. So maybe this person has developed cancer or some strange autoimmune disease, and all of a sudden they realize that their health is at an immediate risk and an immediate danger, and they've now hit rock bottom from a health standpoint. Maybe they've hit rock bottom from a motivational standpoint. This person is just at such a demoralizing, helpless, hopeless low at their life that they've decided they needed to make a change. Now, there's something really important to be said about hitting rock bottom. You don't have to hit rock bottom in order to quit vaping, quit smoking, in order to quit any drug addiction. Rock bottom, there's always going to be a new rock bottom. This is one of the things we say at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching. Addiction only creates lower lows. It never creates higher highs. That's why you always find yourself chasing that high with an addiction, because the high doesn't exist. But I guarantee you're going to be really, really quick to find that next level of lowness, that next low point. And I can tell you there's been countless times in my life where I've thought I've hit rock bottom with an addiction, and there was always that next level. I didn't think things could get any worse, and they would. That's when the health crisis would happen. That's when I'd really hit rock bottom in my bank account. So if it's not rock bottom that has to motivate you to quit, what things could you focus on right now to quit? Well, let's start with some of the most common reasons people tell me they want to quit vaping. Reason number one, maybe these first three reasons are questionable, is for health purposes. So a lot of people say to me, I want to quit vaping for my health. And the reality of that is maybe true, maybe not. I think it sounds really good on paper. I think that sounds really good to a person. But if you truly cared about your health or understood how important your health is to you, you would have quit a long time ago. On the same note, if that was truly the case, all of these government ads and all of these DARE programs and Mothers Against Drugs, all of these seminars would be a heck of a lot more effective. But the reality is you're younger and you're probably not concerned about your health. Let's be honest, that I wasn't concerned about my health in high school. I wasn't concerned about my health in college. I felt invincible. So let's be honest about that. If you're going to say that you're quitting for health purposes, I want you to really think about why you value your health. Are you an athlete? Are you a caretaker for someone else? Do you hope to, in the future, be married and have kids? Do you want to be around for your kids? Do you want to be around for your parents to help them out in the future? Do you want to be around for your teammates? What does it look like if you're playing on a sporting team and you fall sick and you become ill? What does that actually look like from a health standpoint? How does that negatively impact your team? And going even a level deeper, if you're quitting for health purposes, what does it actually look like if you do become hospitalized? Unfortunately, a lot of people that we work with who are addicted to THC black market cartridges, a lot of them do wind up in the hospital, usually on more than one occasion. What does that do to your work if you're working in a job? How does that interrupt your lifestyle? Really think about it. If you're quitting for health purposes, why do you want to be healthy? Why do you value your health? Why do you care about your health? So never just say, I want to quit for health purposes because I'm scared of getting sick. What does getting sick actually look like? And what is the cost of your current time in school, right? If you miss your senior year of high school, are you going to struggle to get into college? Maybe you're going to miss some time in college if you get sick. What is the cost of your health right now? And what are the repercussions are of that cost of your health into the future? So really think deeply about it if you're quitting for health purposes. It should be an emotional experience when you think about that. The second reason a lot of people tell me they want to quit is for money. So people say, I want to quit. I'm spending a lot of money on vapes. I'm spending a lot of money on weed. I want to quit smoking. I want to quit vaping because of all the money I'm spending on it. Well, let's break down money. I always tell people it's not about the money that you're spending on it right now, especially for those of you guys buying black market marked up vapes, marked up carts. You guys are just spending tons of money on your plug. It's not about that money that you spent in the moment. It's not about that $50, $60 that you spent in the moment. What it's really about is the money that you're not investing into your future goals, into your future ambitions, into your future self. So maybe you're under the age of 16 and when you turn 16 you want to get a car, right? Maybe that's a goal of yours. Well, how much money are you going to need? Maybe you're looking to move out at the age of 18 or when you go to college. How much money is that going to cost you? Maybe you want to buy new camera equipment to start filming on YouTube. Maybe you want to get a new phone to start becoming an influencer. Whatever your hobbies are, maybe you want to put your money into stocks, into investment funds, something that we're going to have a whole portion of our program helping people with, people who are recovering from addiction. We're going to have a section to help you guys rebuild your credit, to help you guys rebuild your finances. But the money that you're spending right now, even if you're very young and you don't have expenses, what could you be investing that money into? So it's not about the $50 a week that you're losing. It's not about the $20 a month, the $100 a month that you're spending on drugs or cigarettes or vapes. It's about what could you be doing with that money. I'll tell you guys, for me, all that money that I had spent on my addictions, that delayed my ability to get engaged. That delayed my ability to move forward in the next chapter of my life. It was very sad. Luckily, I pulled it off. But so start to think ahead. How is this money not being invested right now? Because nicotine addiction, whether you like it or not, is an investment, and it's one of the worst investments you will ever make in your entire life, because it's an investment that gives you nothing back. It takes all your money, it takes all your time, it takes all your energy, it takes your health, and then when it's done with you, it's going to start taking from those people closest to you. That's if you're stealing money from family members, if you're stealing money from loved ones, if you're getting money in a very not ethical way, you might want to consider that. One of the top 3 reasons people tell me they want to quit, maybe the top reason, is for the topic that we're talking about right now, motivation. You want to quit because you want to feel motivated again. And if you take nothing else away from this video, take this away from it. Nicotine addiction, drug addiction, which nicotine addiction is a drug addiction, THC addiction, whatever it is, alcohol, it doesn't matter. it destroys our motivation. And that's because our brain begins to prefer those drugs, begins to prefer those substances as a source of dopamine, as a release of dopamine. And when that happens, you become demotivated. Dopamine is what drives us to go do something. It's what put humans at the top of the food chain. And if drug addiction has hijacked your dopamine, your brain is going to seek drug addiction for that release of dopamine instead of seeking other things that should make you motivated, pursuing a relationship, pursuing your faith, pursuing a new career, pursuing a new level of finance, pursuing a new level of health, a new level of athletic ability. It robs us of things that actually make us feel good. And it's a really bad cycle. Nicotine addiction is a brutal cycle because when you become demotivated, when you become unmotivated, you become depressed. And when you're stuck in this cycle of depression and demotivation, you begin to feel helpless and you begin to feel hopeless. And that's exactly how addiction wants you to feel, because then the solution in your addicted brain is to go repeat this cycle of addiction over and over again, because it gives you the false promise or the false hope of temporarily feeling good again. So the number one reason people want to quit that reach out to me, I can say this with confidence, isn't for health, isn't for money. It's for motivation. They want to feel motivated again. They want to get that drive back again. And the only way to do that is by quitting, because you have to rebalance those dopamine receptors. You have to rebalance your goals in life. Take a moment right now, if you're still with me in the comments, and let me know in what ways has nicotine addiction demotivated you? In what ways are you lacking motivation in your life right now? Another common reason people want to quit is because of relationships. People often want to pursue relationships, healthy, happy relationships, and addiction robs us of those relationships. And there's a reason why. When we have a drug addiction, when we have a nicotine addiction, when we have a THC or marijuana or weed addiction, and I'm not saying that there can't be benefits to that. I'm talking about addiction. When we have that, it puts our relationships at risk. Now, one, maybe this significant other, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend just doesn't like you doing these things. But reason number two, which is more important, is it takes attention away from people that we care about. Addiction, especially to nicotine, is a greedy thing. You're not a greedy person. Addiction is a greedy thing. It wants all of your time. It wants all of your energy. It wants all of your attention. And it won't leave a second in there for other people. Think about it. Sitting at a dinner with your family, sitting at a dinner with your girlfriend, sitting in school trying to achieve better grades at work. And here's your attention solely focused on when you're going to get that next hit, when you're going to get that next fix. And then you become frustrated and you become anxious and you become impatient with people that you love, people that you value. And this is the damage that it causes to our relationships. Also take into consideration, financial strain is also one of the main reasons why people break up and lose their relationships. So if you're demotivated, if you're financially strapped because of your addiction, and this could include to nicotine, weed, alcohol, doesn't matter what it is, how could that not damage your relationships? It's impossible. Even if you have a good relationship and at one point your health starts to deteriorate, that's going to put strain on your relationship. It's going to put strain on that significant other. So keep that in mind. Another big reason why we talk to people about quitting is their time. You're never going to get the time and energy that you put into addiction back. Once those years are gone, they're gone. The amount of time and energy you spend, the investment of your time and your energy that you spend on nicotine addiction is gone. You will never get that back. And I don't know how far behind you are now. I don't know how much it's holding you back now. Only you can answer that. But I would highly recommend considering making some changes, because I guarantee you that you are a brilliant, intelligent individual that has big goals and big dreams. And if you put your time and energy, if you invested that into your future, I guarantee you by the time you're my age in your 30s, you would be accomplishing some incredible stuff in life. So getting that time and energy back is maybe one of the most, you combine time, energy, and motivation and make those your top 3 reasons for quitting. And gosh, I think you're going to be extremely, extremely successful. Another reason to consider quitting is to break this feeling of hopelessness, to break this feeling of helplessness. Nothing makes us feel more helpless and more hopeless than when we're stuck in active addiction. And the only way to break that feeling, the only way to regain confidence in ourselves, because when we feel hopeless, when we feel helpless, we lack confidence. And the only way to rebuild and regain and reclaim that confidence is by achieving sobriety. And I'm telling you, the moment you get into it, you start to realize that you are capable and you start to rebuild that confidence, incredible things will start to happen for you in your life. I promise you, but you have to make it happen. You have to be the one to make that decision, to make it happen. Yes, you can call our offices. You can work with me one-on-one. I'll do my best. But at the end of the day, I can't quit for you. It has to come from you. It has to come from you. Now, just something worth mentioning, I put a link below in the bio. I only recommend one form of quitting tips and tricks. It's an oxygen inhaler. You don't need it to quit at all, but the link is in the bio to Amazon there. More importantly, I put the link to the Addiction Mindset website below, where you can go submit an email, check your junk mail, and you'll get a free course on quitting addictions. It's a 75-page course about quitting nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and a bunch of other things. Just be cautious. If you're coming off of alcohol or benzos, you need to go through an appropriate detox. You need to work with a medical professional. And lastly, if you want some one-on-one coaching, text or call our offices. I'm happy to work with you guys. This is what I do for a living, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. Now, follow me into the next video about the top 3 reasons why you should quit vaping. I can't wait to see you guys there. I hope this helped.